Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back once again, another reaction for you guys. Today guys, we're checking out the pitch meeting for Velma, and I'm not surprised he's doing this because Velma is a very controversial show. Not because of the writing, not because of a storyline the show's doing, but because the show shouldn't exist. It should not exist. It's trying too hard to be like the Harley Quinn animated series, also on HBO Max, and it just took the Scooby-Doo IP and just made these characters look like the Scooby-Doo characters, without Scooby-Doo, by the way. Scooby-Doo is not in the show, and they're just trying too hard to make references and trying to be edgy and cool, but the characters of Scooby-Doo in this show, Velma, they're not the characters of the Scooby-Doo. And that's the whole point, I guess, they're trying to make, is switching up the characters and making them not their usual selves, because it's an adult animated show, but it just fails. It fails on everything it's trying to do, and I can't believe it's potentially getting a season 2. Apparently there is a season 2 in development, which is insane to me. So we're going to dive in here and check out the pitch meeting for Velma. I'm curious to see what he's going to say about the show. And in typical fashion of pitch meetings, jokes fly really fast, so I'm going to try my best to catch all of them. I may have to pause the video from time to time to make sure that I don't miss everything he says, because I don't want to miss anything. I don't want to miss anything in this video. So let's dive in. Let's check it out. Velma pitch meeting. Let's go.
So, you have a new show for me? Yes, sir, I do. I was thinking we make a Scooby-Doo show, but adult animation style. Adult animation style? Do you mean like one of those websites that I've definitely never clicked on? Because I don't think we could be making that. No, more like an animated TV show, but for grown-ups. Okay,
yeah,
I thought you were pitching me some kind of weird pervy thing. Oh, that's hilarious. So the show starts with a bunch of high school girls showering. Oh my god. Yeah, and just
right away. It was like, what?
This is a lot for a
This
while.
is the opening.
What is going on? It's a Scooby-Doo show, sir. Right, and how does an adorable Great Dane fit in with what you just described? What? The dog, Scooby-Doo? Oh, the dog's not in the show, sir. Scooby-Doo isn't in the Scooby-Doo show? Nah, no. And the show's actually going to follow Velma Dinkley as the...
Yeah, so that's the big thing right there, and I mentioned, of course, in the intro, the fact that they're doing a show, and it's focused on Velma, and I'm not saying you couldn't do a show focusing on Velma, or doing a Scooby-Doo, adult show. This direction, no, what the hell? And the fact that Scooby-Doo he's not in it at all, that completely boggles my mind. You took the Scooby-Doo IP, but don't include the most popular character, and I'm guessing it would have probably been worse if Scooby was actually in the show. Because would Scooby talk? Would Scooby just be a regular dog? It would just make things probably a lot worse in the sense, because it's already bad enough, right? So
in the Scooby-Doo show? Nah, and the show's actually going to follow Velma Dinkley as the main character. Okay, and so is this like a comedy? Oh, you know it, sir. We got tons of jokes in this bad boy. Oh boy, what kind of jokes are we talking? Well, for example, Velma will be like, hey, if this were a rom-com, something like this would happen right now. Okay. So, that's one joke. Sorry, what was the joke? Well, just showing that you're aware that pop culture exists is very meta and funny, and therefore counts.
I hate it.
It does, yeah. So that is most of what we're going to be doing here. Oh, okay. We'll also make fun of adults that watch animation, so that'll be funny.
That too.
Isn't that our target audience? Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So that's exactly what happens. They try to make references and pop culture things to make it seem like, ooh, we're in on everything. We're in on the joke and all that. They beat you over the head with it. Try to be like Harley Quinn. When Harley Quinn does it, it doesn't feel like they're beating you over the head, but trying to be edgy and cool and knowing references. Like the show, Harley Quinn finds, for the most part, organic ways to make that work. And Velma, they just turn around. Like they made a Riverdale reference that was so cliche. I'm like, oh, why the fuck would you do that? Because it didn't feel like an organic thing to happen in the moment to mention Riverdale. They just did it because they knew that would get people talking. Ooh, let's mention Riverdale. Let's mention all this other stuff. Like, stop it. Stop the nonsense.
One of adults that watch animation, so that'll be funny. Isn't that our target audience? Yes. Oh, yeah.
You're not going to change the script.
Well, screw 'em. Oh, making fun of your target audience in a meta way is tight. Get off of YouTube, you losers. I'm sorry.
Whoa.
I take that back immediately.
Hey.
I don't like how that felt. I love you guys. I appreciate that.
Go back to
these videos. Well, sir, you can't be meta and wholesome. You got to be meta and cynical.
That was good. He went meta.
My bad. So what's going on with the rest of the gang since Scooby-Doo's not in it? Oh, well, sir, they're the same old gang that the fan base knows and loves.
No.
Except, completely different in almost every way. What? Well, first of all, we're going to change the race of all the characters. characters. Well, I mean, that's fine. In this day and age, the race of a character shouldn't really affect things. Right, exactly. And then we'll just make a bunch of comments about everyone's race all the time. Well, also, most of the gang aren't really friends at all. Oh, they're not? No, they mostly hate each other, but they're all in love with Velma. Is she, like, super great or something? Yes, she is. She's really mean and condescending with everybody. Oh, and snarky and selfish and sarcastic and a know-it-all. This doesn't sound like a character the audience is really going to connect with.
Exactly.
You sure? Yeah, because she's the main character, so they don't have a choice. Is that how
we
that
do
works?
have a choice?
It might be.
Yes.
Yeah. Huh. So anyway.
We do have a choice. It means we're not watching it. Because there's someone had tweeted, I think it's like a cartoon like thing that like does like news or whatever, tweeted today as I'm recording upload this video that new Velma episodes dropped. I think that's probably why he dropped the pitch meeting today. Saying two new episodes or whatever. I guess 2 new. I have no idea. I'm not keeping up with it. But saying 2 new episodes or whatever dropped. Are you guys watching it? You enjoying it? And everyone's like, no. like know your audience. No one's enjoying this.
Character, so they don't have a choice. Is that how that works? It might be. Yeah. Huh. So anyway, now Daphne is a mean girl drug dealer.
Yes,
Shaggy goes by Norville and is nothing like Shaggy. And Fred is an ignorant rich guy with a tiny wiener. With a tiny wiener? Yeah, his wiener is tiny, which is something we're going to keep mentioning because that's one of the recurring jokes. Yeah. What's the joke? His wiener is small. Is that a joke or is that just saying something? Yeah, that counts. Oh, it does. Okay.
It isn't. Yeah.
So, like,
whatever.
What way are these characters at all related to the originals? Well, see, clothing.
That's about it.
Almost all their names.
That's
it.
it.
Just make a completely original show then. Well, because every project needs to be wrapped in some kind of pre-established intellectual property, so it's less of a scary investment. For you, baby. Oh, baby.
That's exactly correct. As I mentioned that in my video when I reviewed the first 2 episodes when they dropped. I said that this show should not exist. That this should have been an original adult mystery show because literally you could have just taken out the Scooby-Doo IP of it all and just had an original adult mystery show with following some girl in high school or whatever, and then you just go on this adventure, some sort of mystery surrounding her mom or whatever, because the show literally just takes Scooby-Doo IP and just uses it because it's going to help bring in viewers because people will recognize Scooby-Doo IP, but it literally has nothing to do with the Scooby-Doo IP. I'm glad he made that point. I'm glad he addressed that and said that in this video. Because that's what I was saying.
Just make a completely original show then. Well, because every project needs to be wrapped in some kind of established intellectual property, so it's less of a scary investment for you, baby. Oh, baby. That's a good point. Yeah, okay. So what's going on in this thing? What's the story? Well, Velma's trying to find out what happened to her mom, who disappeared without a trace a number of years ago. Okay. And Daphne's trying to find out what happened to her parents, who disappeared without a trace a number of years ago. That's the same thing. Yeah, but I really think people are going to look at these mean and unlikable characters we've practically created out of thin air and think, hey, what's the deal with their parents? You think that'll be interesting for people? You think people are going to want to know that?
No.
Yeah, sure, maybe. And also, there's a killer on the loose. Oh, no. Yeah, someone's cutting girls' brains out of their heads. Wow, so is there a van that they're going to drive around in trying to solve the mystery? There is a van eventually, yeah, but they're going to make fun of it and how stupid it would be if they went around solving mysteries in that thing. Just really dumping on the source material, huh? A lot, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know about this part because I haven't been watching the show, but the fact that they apparently are making fun of it and being meta about it. And he says dumping on the source material. That is why I stopped watching after episode 2. Because literally they were just completely crapping on everything that made the Scooby-Doo IP so good. I'm really watching and reacting to Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated right now on the channel, which a lot of people consider one of the better incarnations of Scooby-Doo. It's a phenomenal show, and it follows those typical tropes of Scooby-Doo. But literally, this show is shitting on everything about the IP. But yet you took the IP because you wanted to make your show more accessible when you could have done an original show and tried something new. But no, as he said, they just wanted to use that damn IP so that it looks like it's better and it's more official. They could have done something original. Because the idea of a mom disappearing and everything, like, and its original character trying to find stuff out, and it's not tied in IP, it's its own thing, they can create their own thing, that's more unique than just doing what the shit they did.
Characters we've practically created out of thin air and think, hey, What's the deal with their parents? You think that'll be interesting for people? You think people are going to want to know that? Yeah,
No.
sure, maybe. And also, there's a killer on the loose. Oh no!
And the killer thing's dumb.
Girls' brains out of
From
their
what I
heads.
saw.
Wow, so is there a van that they're going to drive around in trying to solve the mystery? There is a van eventually, yeah, but they're going to make fun of it and how stupid it would be if they went around solving mysteries in that thing. Just really dumping on the source material, huh? A lot, yeah, because Scooby-Doo's kind of a silly concept if you think about it, so it's going to be fun to make fun of that constantly. So we're going to make fun of adults that watch animated shows, so this show's not really for them. Yeah. We're completely changing the original characters and not having Scooby-Doo in it, and also mocking the original show itself. So it's not really for fans of Scooby-Doo. Correct, yeah.
Correct.
So who's this show for? Well, I'll tell you, sir. Me. Right, okay. Well, it sounds like it might be hard to get people that aren't you to watch this thing. Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Oh, really? Yeah, have you heard of something called hate watching? Hate watching?
Oh, exactly. Hate watching. Okay. Yep. Okay. Hate watching. Good point. Good point. That's what's happening, essentially. Hate watching is a thing. Now, obviously, see, I despise and dislike this show. I haven't continued past episode 2. I wanted to give those first 2 episodes that came out when it first dropped a shot. Did my review for YouTube, did a review for TikTok, and I stopped. And I literally haven't seen anything past then. I have no desire to. I'm not giving them a viewership because literally so many people jumped on to hate watch those first 2 episodes that performance-wise, view-wise, it outperformed The Last of Us show, which is airing, of course, on HBO Max as well and HBO. But Velma did better because people were jumping on and trying to see, is it that bad? People were hate watching those first 2 episodes and got it to where it was higher performing than The Last of Us in its debut week. And I think Last of Us premiered the same week that Velma did, I think, or the same, number of days. So like literally, it was insane. This was really well done, covering a lot of things that I've mentioned and talking about things that I haven't seen because I didn't watch past episode 2, so I don't know anything about their version of a Mystery Machine and all that shit. But it really is dumb. Really is dumb. Remember, was there a Mystery Machine in episode 2? I'm trying to remember because I've been trying to forget this shit. But anyway, so really well done. I kind of figured this was going to be really good. I like how it's on the shorter side because of how much longer can you talk about this show and all the things. And literally, he got to the point of everything. It's just the shit's on the source material. It doesn't care about the Scooby-Doo source material. They literally just took it just to cover, the fact that, okay, so we're going to hopefully more people to watch, but yet you tell everybody who's trying to watch and check out the show of the Scooby-Doo IP to check out the show that, hey, you're dumb for enjoying the Scooby-Doo IP. When you took the IP to make your fucking show in the first place. So dumb. And it's not meta, it's not edgy, it's stupid. It's dumb. Because with the Harley Quinn animated series, because like this show is trying so hard to be the Harley Quinn animated series, as I mentioned a couple of times already. But comparatively, the Harley Quinn animated series does get meta, does make jokes of the idea of DC and everything. But they also embrace the DC side of things because there's some over-the-top shit that happens because it's a DC show, because of the DC characters. So they walk that line of where we're making fun of certain things. We're making fun of Bane, obviously, because Bane's basically Bane from The Dark Knight Rises, yes, and doing all that, and then making all these jokes, but yet it's embracing the fact that they have all these DC characters and these really obscure DC characters. It's embracing all that. This show did not do either of those things. Just shits on everything. That's Scooby-Doo. And I'm so glad he did this video, and I really hope people stop watching Velma. If you truly like the show, then support the show. But if you dislike and hate the show, don't give it your attention. Do not watch it on HBO Max. Do not support it because that's encouraging them to continue because the more views, the more it's going to go. It's despite the backlash, season 2 apparently is happening. And it's not because I'm pretty sure they had confirmed this beforehand, before the first season even aired, but still it's like they're still moving forward with it because, they're saying, okay, the numbers, so we should just keep continuing, even though they could at some point just stop it, but whatever. This is the video. Hope you guys enjoyed my reaction to this. This is really annoying, but I'm glad that I was able to kind of laugh and, kind of rant a little bit because I wanted to rant a little bit today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will talk to you guys soon. Peace out.